The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Welcome to Familiar Gari, the show where we review cars for the Kenyan market. This is the Volvo S60 T5 R-Design. Competitors to the car in the European market are the BMW M3, the Audi M4, Mercedes C-Class. Potential competitors from the Japanese market will be the Toyota Mark X or the Nissan Skyline 250 GT. Let's get into it. This episode is sponsored by Carhoot. Save over 65,000 shillings by importing your car and having it delivered in 6 weeks. You also get a 70-point inspection and a 6-month warranty on engine and gearbox issues. Volvo is well synonymous when it comes to safety as well as comfort. Whenever you think about safety, first thing that comes to mind, it's a Volvo. Even in the older cars, it was always a Volvo. They came up with the seatbelt idea, they came up with protection curtain bags, and so much more. When you're looking at an option of a family car, this is one potential for those who are, let's say, bachelor, spinster, young families, one kid, or that guy who's about to get retired. Because when you look into the boot space, it's something that might need a bit of work. Another thing about Volvos is whenever people think about them, they're always thinking about teachers or professors. That boxy Volvo back in the days, this is one of its children. And so in certain countries, Volvo does provide a teacher bonus whenever teachers buy it. When you're looking at the R-Design, it's a lot more sporty and a lot more aggressive. It's not your usual car that is a run-of-the-mill. Looking into the S60, this is the second-gen design that runs all the way from 2014 up to 2019. Some of the unique ways you can be able to identify them is the first gen has a single light that's split in between the grille as well as the fog lights, while for this one you've got this curved angle on the headlights. Now, what about in terms of the R-Design? First thing you can be able to tell it's an R-Design is by this badge right over here that says R-Design, a more aggressive front grille, awesome rims over here, a rear diffuser that is finned, a lot stiffer chassis and the suspensions that helps it also to hug the road itself. Key thing to note is this is a faster, higher performance vehicle. If you're looking for something that is for the fathers who love speed or the wives that love speed, go for it. Now, what I don't love about this car is how low it is. I mean, yes, it's an R-Design, it's supposed to hug the road, but this 5 inches against the Kenyan bumps of 6 inches just doesn't work out. It's too low. Urban roads, 6 inches. You go to the rural Nyanza roads, you get about 8 inches of locally man-made bumps. For the urban area, you'll approach at an angle. For the rural area, you have to get a jump in from the car and punguza that size of the bumps. But what I do love about the car is, first of all, this wonderful grey paint, grey metallic, paired by this 19-inch Ixion rims exclusive to the R-Design on these 235/40/19 wheels. It hugs the rims, it hugs the road, it hugs the car. Let's go to the next area. A couple of things you'll notice coming to the back. You've got a wonderful sunroof, you've got a radio fin at the top, this low-paying coupe-like back window, a tiny boot, but it still works out, and an R-Design fin. Now I want to take a pause just for a moment. When you're driving down the road and you see these aggressive C-shaped headlights coming very fast towards you, the next thing that you'll notice, and you just have to appreciate, is the beautiful S60 lights. They'll move so fast you won't want to catch up to it. You'll just want to look at it moving and just appreciate the beauty that was made. On to the other things. The default riveted logos, Volvo lettering, the S60 badge and the T50 badge. And the T5 badge, not T50. In terms of safety, you have your rear view camera as well as rear sensors at the back. On the bottom at the bumper, you've got this unique S60 design where it's paired up with 2 twin exhausts as well as a finned rear diffuser. You can open it automatically from the key fob. So just tap that twice, hear the pop, and then manually open it up. This is 380 liters, which is quite smaller compared to a wagon that you will be able to get. And out of all of its competitors, it's actually the least amount of space. But you've got this divider. I'll explain about that in a moment. So this allows you to be able to divide your luggages for what's deep inside and what's over here at the front. So most likely the initial owner put in some heavy stuff and things happened, but it still works. That's the nice thing. Lifting this up, you only get one thing, and that is the tire repair kit and a tow hook. Something else was here, but I'm not so sure exactly what it was. Compared to wagons, when it comes to the sizing, in terms of sits up and sits down, this one, you measure it actually in terms of depth. In the boot, you get 949 millimeters when the seats are up and 1749 millimeters when the seats are down in terms of depth. You don't measure it in terms of literage. So to be able to pull down the seats, there is a back seat release right over here. The seat split in a 20/40 format. So aside from taking everything down, if you want to make things easier, you can still open the ski hatch from right over here. If you don't want to fold both seats, you can also be able to just open the ski hatch. Downside of the ski hatch is the latch is in the boot side. So you have to do that before you start your journey. This 8-speed S60 T5 is running on a 2-liter turbocharged direct injected 4-cylinder engine, churning out 245 horsepower capable of going 0 to 100 in 7.4 seconds. It has a 67-liter fuel petrol tank using approximately 5.9 liters per 100 kilometers combined city and highway, though certain reports have gone as high as 8.3 liters per 100 kilometers. If you are considering finding a diesel variant of this S60, consider the rare D5 AWD on the Kenyan roads. The car's interior is a little bit dated, but still feels modern at the same time. It's like a mix of a classic and a futuristic. Kind of like the C-Class or the E-Class that I reviewed previously. Now, it's keyless entry, start-stop engine, which is perfect. One of the immediate things that you get to notice when you enter into the car is this Scandinavian design. It's intended to make sure that almost every single thing is easy to reach and it's a simple design. We say simple design, but when you look at all these buttons, it's like it's completely shouting in your face. Who still dials like phone numbers when you've got names that you can be able to remember? On the adaptive display, you get 3 modes: elegance, eco, and performance. To simply put it this way, you've got 2 miles an hour, you get honey, I'm just going to get the kids and I'll be back, and then you've got let's go, and it's represented in the 3 colors of green, blue, and red. Aside from that, typical European styling in terms of the stick, my favorite part of a car. The lighting is set on the right side stick, and you've got your washers on the left side stick. Good thing, Volvo drivers are not the same as BMW drivers. Your main light controls, they are on the side, and something I really love about this aspect is how you have your fuel door and your trunk door next to each other. It's great because it's easily accessible. It sucks because you might be driving and then all of a sudden you accidentally push the trunk release button. I'm hoping that has not happened to anybody before. In terms of the steering wheel, you get a number of buttons, just the default. Your cruise control, your distance adjustment as well, and your entertainment controls. Paddle shifters, for those who love manual paddling, is also available. Coming to the center console, you have a 7-inch sensors control. Unfortunately for this one, this is not a sensors touch. Controls for the sensor system, either you can use the driver side steering wheel or you can use one of the 2 knobs over here. This is a fully loaded system, so some of the key things that it does come with, you have your button for your rear view camera, dual side climate control systems, parallel parking assist, auto start stop button, heated steering wheel, parking assist that you just shut it down, the noise. On the gear shift, just a standard gear shift, and then you get your 2 cup holders here, 12 volt, a somewhat deep storage in here. You can probably be able to fit a large sized yogurt cup. There's an auxiliary jack and a USB jack for you over there to be able to access. Unique design of this waterfall, you get extra storage in between here. Side door, driver side as well as passenger side, probably deep enough for a 1 liter bottle won't be able to fit. Glove compartment is really deep, and I think that's just mainly to talk about it. Not so much over there. There is a sunroof. Comfort, as we mentioned, is one of the core things that Volvo does give you. Leather bucket seats with perforations. It hugs you a bit like a baby. The seat controls are all electronic. The driver side, 3 memory recalls. Volvo is all about safety and comfort, as well as protection. The way the system is designed, this one has SIPs, side impact protection system. The body is heavy, the doors as well are heavy. You might struggle with it a bit, but that's all for your safety. Welcome to the back. Keep in mind that this is entry-level luxury, and that's meant that it does exude a sense of comfort first classiness. And so the driver's seat right now is all the way to the back, and I have so much knee space. I'm 5'7", so much knee space and so much head space as well. There's no lighting over here, but there is a dome light over here in the middle for both sides of the passengers. Air cons on the side for both driver and passenger. Side airbags implemented as well for the passenger as well as for the driver. Cubby hole is very, very tiny for the passenger. There's not so much you can be able to put here, so most likely you'll have the driver to assist you. You have a 12-volt charger at the back. I also have an airbag at the back as well. Coming to the middle, for the middle passenger, you have to show you this really big transmission tunnel running through. So that means you have to share the space with the guy on the left and on your right. If you get to a place where you have to sit legs up, you can't last probably for more than an hour and a half. So short distance trips work, but also man spreading is no good. Another key thing about the back, for the middle seat, you have an armrest for when it's just the two of you, two cup holders, as well as a little bit of storage over here. Isofix points on both the left and the right seat, but there's no Isofix for the middle seat passenger. Looking closely at certain Volvo models, you can be able to turn this middle seat into a booster seat for the kids. Triple headrest as well for all three passengers. In terms of the driving experience, overall look, feel, driving, handling, I really love and adore it. It is a great car, but as I mentioned before, the only challenge is this is designed for the tarmac. It's not designed for other places. It is a work of art. The thing about sitting inside here is I'm feeling like I'm modern on this part of the steering and I'm traditional on this side. And also, if you have noticed, I have put my phone over here for Google Maps because I don't have navigation capabilities with the traditional system. So kudos on Volvo for actually adding this place. It's kind of like they already knew people are going to be putting the devices over here for visual references when they're using maps. Now, aside from that, key thing to be able to notice is Volvo has their IntelliSafe system that has been integrated into this car. So all the way from the front of the car all the way to the back, it has been designed in a way that pays attention not only to the drivers and the passengers, but they've also thought about the pedestrians as well. If you're in an estate, you've got kids always running about, there is a pedestrian safety system when you're driving less than 50 kilometers per hour that it automatically detects people who are in front of the car and it automatically stops itself. That auto braking, that is Swedish design at its finest. Other than that, as I am currently driving on this road, there isn't so much rolling or swaying around. I can't really feel that the car is hugging the road. Passengers at the back, as I did mention earlier as well, there is enough rooms, there is enough space. Even when I move the chair all the way to the back, headroom as well, it is perfect. So there's no problem on that end, except for the middle passenger. That's a problem right there. As a driver, I also have more than enough space when the moonroof is open, which is a perfect thing. Ooh, look at that. That's a detection system that lets me know how far it is that I am from the car in front. As the car moves away, that heads-up display sort of also disappears a bit. As I come closer to him, I get the light shines brighter and brighter, letting me know, yo, slow down, slow down. which is perfect also. I also have enough knee room. Someone once mentioned that this divider over here sort of obstructs them when they are moving their knees. I find it's not quite obstructive for me. We're more or less kind of like the same height. Indicator, same thing as the BMW. Left, right, I think I've gotten the hang of it right now, which is great. The way it picks up speed is a beauty. I'm just loving this car. Okay, here's something that I was shown about the reverse camera. Now, I thought initially like reversing was more or less just the same, but when you get into the reverse camera, apparently you can change between if you want to check all the way down or do you want to check back straight. That's really nifty. And to top it up, you've got the cornering lines. Parallel parking, we don't have a place to test out parallel parking, but I trust it works. Just going back real quick, in terms of pricing for the car, in the market at this time, you can be able to get 2014 S60 T5 going for around 2 million shillings. However, the person who's selling this car is my friend. He said that he's selling it for 1.7 million shillings. You can be able to find more information on the purchase in the description, or you can just send me a message on TikTok and I'll connect you to the seller. Service costs, it is a bit on the higher end. So I expect it to be roughly around the same pricing as the BMW, of which I'm going to put in the numbers just slightly somewhere around this video for your reference. And I believe that should be it for now. If you've got any questions, please do leave your comments. Likes, subscriptions are also welcome down below. I would highly appreciate it. Thank you for watching Familia Gary, and hope to see you on the next episode. Peace!